पटवाने जगमनलो भाजान तो हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा हरे कृष्ण हरे राम हरे हरे की बदाकी ने निताय चल वामे गदधरा की बदाकी की बदाकी ने निताय चल वामे गदधरा की बदाकी निकटे अद्वैता श्रीनि वासा छत्रधरा निकटे शिव बोसियाचे गौराचन रत्न सिंहासने शिव बोसी गौराचन शिव बोसी याचे गौराचन रत्न सिंहासने शिव बोसी आरती कोरे न ब्रह्मा आदि देवगाणे आरती शिव नरा हरि आदि कोरी चामर दुलाया शिव नरा हरि शिव नरा हरि आदि कोरी चामर दुलाया शिव नरा संजया मुकुंदा बासु घोषादि गाया संजय शिव शंखा बाजे घंटा बाजे बाजे करताला शिव शंखा शिव शंखा बाजे घंटा बाजे बाजे करताला शिव शंखा मधुर मृदुंगा बाजे परम रसाला मधुर शंका बाजे घंटा बाजे मधुर 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 बाजे शंका बाजे घंटा बाजे मधुर 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 बाजे माधुर 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 बाजे माधुर 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 बाजे गौरांगे आरतिक शोभा जग जन मन लोभा गौरांगे गौरांगे आरतिक शोभा जग जन मन लोभा जग जन मन लोभा जग जन मन लोभा जग जन मन लोभा नित गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल नित गौर हरि बोल नित गौर हरि बोल बोल नित गौर हरि बोल नित गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल नित गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल कि बहु कोटि चंद्रजिनी वदन उज्ज्वला कि बहु कोटि चंद्रजिनी उज्ज्वला गाला देशे बनमाला तोरे जलमाला गाला देशे तोरे जलमाला कि बशिवा शुक नारदा प्रेमे गद गदा कि बशिवा शुक नारदा भक्ति विनोदा देखे गौरार संपदा कि जयो जयो गौरचंदे आरतिक शोभा कि जयो जयो कि जयो जयो गौरचंदे आरतिक शोभा कि जयो जानवी तटावाने जगमन लोभा जान भान कृष्ण प्रस्थाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी निति नामिने नमः विष्णुपदाय कृष्ण प्रस्थाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी निति मिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य नित्यानंद जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद जय श्री Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Hare, Jaya Radha Nilamad Radha Nilamad Ade, Jaya Radha Jaya Radha Madan Mohan Radha Madan Mohan Radhe, Jaya Radha Radhe, Jaya Radha Govinda Radha Govinda Radhe, Radhe, Jaya Radha Gopinath Radha Gopinath Radhe, Radhe, Jaya Radha Nilamad Radha Nilamad Radhe, Radhe, Jaya Jagannatha Jaya Jagannatha Jaya Baladeva Jaya Subhadra Jaya Jagannath, Subhadra Jaya Sitaram Jaya Sitaram Jaya Sitaram Jaya Lakshman Hanuman Jaya Ram Jaya Lakshman Hanuman Jaya Lakshmi Narasimha 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 Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Gauranitai Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Gurudev 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev Jaya Jaya इस्कॉन फाउंडर आचार्य प्रभुपाद की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरी गोवर्धन की जय। वृंदावन मायापुर धाम की जय। जगन्नाथ श्री धाम की जय। अयोध्या धाम की जय। राधा माधव भगवान की जय। गंगामय यमुनामय की जय। तुलसी देवी भक्ति देवी की जय। कलियुग पावन हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। सामवेद भक्त वृंद की जय। All glories to the Supreme Deity. All glories to the Supreme Deity. All glories to the Supreme Deity. All glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. All glories to Sri Prabhupada.
Namaste Narasimhaya. Paladala dadaine. Hiranyakashipu vakshaha. Shilatanka nakalaye. Ito Narsimha parato Narsimha. Yato yato yami tato Narsimha. Bahe Narsimha hridaye Narsimha. Narasimha madim sharanam prapade. Tava kara kamala varenakam adbhuta shingam dalita hiranyakashipu tanubringam keshavadita narahari rupa jai jagadisha hare jai jagadisha hare jai jagadisha hare. Keshavadita narahari rupa jai jagadisha hare jai jagadisha hare jai jagadisha hare. Jaya Narsimha Dev, Jaya Narsimha Dev, Jaya Narsimha Dev, Jaya Narsimha Dev. Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya नरसिंहदेव भगवान की, प्रहलाद महाराज गौर।
Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Girivardhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Girivardhari Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamunatira Vanachari Yamunatira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Vihari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada. So today we are going to discuss the obstacles on the path of devotion. So there are many obstacles that we all face, and how they impact us is the topic of discussion. So this is based on a book by His Grace Purna Chandra Prabhu. So in this, the fundamentals of devotion. So Sri Rupa Goswami's Paribhasha Sutra acts as a powerful substratum for the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. The sutra states that pure devotion can be attained only by those who has no habitual or integral desire other than to please the Lord, has not allowed jnana and karma to cover or eclipse his devotion. He performs devotional service favorably, serves Krishna, his avatars, expansion of pure devotees, and cultivates bhakti continuously with the body, mind, and speech. So the famous verse that is quoted in this regard is Anya bilasita shunyam jnana karmadi anavritam anukulena krishnanu Sheelanam bhaktir uttama. Anya abhilasha means we should not have any other desire. Then the bhakti becomes contaminated. Bhakti becomes affected. Anya abhilash. Shunyam. Shunyam means zero. So there should be no other abhilash. Jnana karmadi anavritam means there should not be any contamination of jnana, knowledge or karma. So bhakti is free from jnana and it is free from karma. That is called Silanam Bhakti Uttama. Uttama Bhakti. That is the definition of Uttama Bhakti. So here jnana means philosophical speculation with impersonal leanings. So sometimes people who have too much knowledge, they say God doesn't have a form. But God has a form. You can see that God has a form. Krishna has 2 hands, 2 legs. He's playing a flute. He's playing with the gopis. So all these activities are there, which means God is a person. But if one's philosophical interests become more prominent than devotional activity, they will cover devotional activity. So we are doing some seva, some bhakti, but if we rely too much on knowledge, the knowledge will cover the bhakti. Karma adi. Karma indicates the combination or contamination of fruitive activities. Fruitive activities means something that produces fruit. When we do bhakti with the goal of getting some fruit, like you are praying to God so that you can pass an exam, or you are praying to God so that you can win a 4-bedroom house in Samamishan bidding war, something like that, right? So those are called fruit. They are bringing some fruit. But when we do bhakti to the Lord, they should be free of any fruit. The fruit will come, but your goal is not doing it with the aspiration of having a fruit. So that is the key thing in Uttama Bhakti. So people will do regular bhakti, but Uttama Bhakti is something on a higher platform. Not everybody can get that. The point is that certain actions, desires, or even subtle conceptions may overshadow or eclipse one pure devotion. So pure devotion is there in the heart. Every one of us has pure devotion. But it is being covered by karma and jnana and so many anarthas. Anartha means some bad taste from previous lifetimes. Vasanas. So because we are not from this just one lifetime, we are going from lifetime to lifetime, many janmas. So we have some baggage that we are carrying from the past lifetimes. So that baggage will also act as an obstacle to devotional service. For example, your sister is getting married and she naturally invites you to wedding. All of your relatives expect you to attend the ceremony. If you don't, they will be disturbed. Probably they will begin to wonder about this new bhakti that you have in the heart. Why is this fellow always going to the temple? Why is he not coming to my marriage? You decide to attend so that you don't disturb them. So you decide to attend. Even though that is not your primary goal, you still go and attend the marriage. That is fine. With this mentality, there is no harm to your devotion. Your devotion is continuing. You are just doing some social activities just to satisfy their needs. If you think, however, that your attendance is necessary for your devotion or your devotion will be harmed if you don't go, then that's a misconception. It's not like you have to go to your sister's marriage so that you can love Krishna more. No, those two are not connected. Another example may be devotees' obsession with Ashtanga yoga. So people do this physical yoga exercises and this and that. So those are physical yoga. You may feel good breathing and your body may become a little stronger, but that is not necessary for devotional activities. If someone becomes obsessed with Ashtanga yoga and begins to use it as a substitute for devotional service, then what happens? Then that activity becomes more prominent than your devotional activity. So they perform for health reasons, that is okay. But Bhakti yoga is far superior to the physical yoga. Because yoga, there are different yogas, right? So in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 1 is Arjuna Vishada yoga. Arjuna is crying because all his family members will be killed. Once battle starts, who will be left, right? There's no question of, unless you are very lucky or very strong, you will not be left alive. So that is Vishada yoga. Then chapter 3 is Karma yoga. Chapter 4 is Jnana yoga. Chapter 5 of Bhagavad Gita is Krishna karma, karma for Krishna. Chapter 6 is Dhyana yoga, means for meditation. So Bhagavad Gita is a book of yoga. People think it is just like some philosophical, or maybe it's a story. No, it's a book of yoga. Yoga means connecting the soul to the super soul, Atma to Paramatma. So the connection process is called yog or yoke. In Greek language, it is called yoke. You yoke something to something. So the same concept is yoga. So all the obstructions that are being described in this verse as unwanted creepers, they simply present obstacles for the real creeper. Your bhakti is the real creeper, but then all these weeds are growing around the bhakti. Right? So if you have a yard and you are seeing some weeds grow around your desirable trees, what will you do? You'll pull them out. You're not going to let them hang around. So in the same way, in our bhakti process, when we find these weeds of pride or lust or greed or anger come up, then you have to de-weed them. So you have to remove them. Otherwise, the weeds will cover the real creeper of bhakti in the heart. Bhakti is in the heart actually. It's not in the mind. One should be very careful to avoid all these unwanted things. These unwanted creepers look exactly like bhakti creeper. So you may think, oh, my desire to help my family members is also bhakti. But bhakti is different than that kind of activity. So those, you have to make a distinction between what is the bhakti lata beach, like the creeper of devotion, and the non-bhakti other plants that are growing in the heart. A pure devotee can distinguish between bhakti creeper and a mundane creeper, and is very alert to distinguish them, to keep them separate. Keep these two creepers separate, the bhakti creeper as well as the bad activity creeper. To develop pure bhakti, one must first understand this principle and then practice it. One must allow bhakti to grow freely without anything obstructing or eclipsing. Eclipsing means covering it up. Just like we say lunar eclipse. So something is covering up the moon. Similarly, our bhakti is also eclipsed. A sapling may have strings tied to it so that it goes straight, but no one would place an obstruction directly over the sapling. That would be foolish. So in this book called Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, this practice is described. Kriti sadhya bhavet sadhya bhavasa sadhana bhida nitya siddhasya bhavasya prakritam hridi siddhyata. Hridi means heart. So siddhyata means being situated. So the translation is, when the transcendental devotional service by which love for Krishna is attained is executed by senses, this is called sadhana bhakti, or regulative discharge of devotional service. Sadhana means you're practicing it. Such devotion eternally exists within the heart of every living entity. So it's not like your bhakti, you are cultivating it. It's already there in your heart. You are just uncovering the layers on top. This awakening of the eternal devotion is potentiality of devotional service in practice. So you are awakening, jagrati. The revival process is easy and sublime. It begins with hearing and chanting. So that's why when you come to the temple, you hear people are chanting the Hare Krishna mantra. Because when you chant the mantra, it opens up the pathways and it revives. Revive means what? It's already there. It is coming out now. It is being pulled out. So it activates the lost consciousness of the soul, reawakening to his original state, his or her. Just as the memory of someone with amnesia may be reawakened by visiting his home, family, or workplace. So you suppose your family member suddenly has amnesia, they forget a lot of things. What do? You take them to all the places where you had good time together, various places, so that it's revived again. You remember those occurrences. A major tenet of Bhakti Yoga, which we must clearly understand, is that one must begin to use one's senses. We have senses of sight, eyes, hearing, ears, tongue, tasting. So all these senses should be applied in Krishna's activity. So instead of seeing some Bollywood movie, you see Krishna's Vigraha in the temple. Instead of hearing rock music, you hear Kirtan, the Hare Krishna mantra being sung. Instead of eating some McDonald's, you eat Krishna Prasadam by coming to the temple. So what happens? Same tongue, same ears, same nose, same eyes, but you're using them differently, right? You're using them differently in pleasure of Krishna, to please Krishna, like that. So the Narada Muni, people know who Narada Muni is, right? You have seen some old movies where Narada Muni is taking a veena, Narada Muni bajai veena, and he travels from planet to planet like that. So Narada Muni offers his definition, which is also a sutra, in the Narada Pancharatra. Rupa Goswami quotes this same verse in the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Sarvopadi vinirmuktam tat paratvena nirmalam rishikena rishikesha sevanam bhakti ruchyate. Sarva upadi. Upadi means like I am this, I am an engineer, I am a doctor. You give up all that. When you come to Bhakti Path, you are neither an engineer, nor a doctor, nor a musician. You are just a soul trying to connect to Super Soul Krishna, like that. Hrishikena Hrishikesha. So Krishna is the controller of our senses. So Krishna actually is controlling our eyes, nose, ears, tongue. Sometimes people say, I cannot taste anything. That means Krishna has withdrawn that potency. Sometimes people say, I cannot hear. They go deaf or dumb. What has Krishna done? He has taken away that potency. The potency is there, but he has taken it away due to some mistake that you did. You did some misuse of that potency, capability. So he takes it away. So when some people don't have a leg or a hand, it is sign that they have done some mistake and the Lord decided to take that capability away. Right? That's why people should not misuse. People say, okay, what will happen? They keep on drinking alcohol. At some point, liver goes away or something goes away in the body and they get into big time trouble. And they may not recover in this lifetime. Right? They die with that activity, disease. Bhakti or devotional service means engaging all our senses in the service of Lord. That's it. Bhakti means engaging our senses in service, seva of the Lord. So I should be always seeing Krishna's murti, Archa Vigraha. Archa Vigraha means he's a Vigraha, but where you do Archana. So it's Archa Vigraha. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, the master of all senses. So he is the controller of senses. So you use your senses in his seva. That's it. That is Bhakti. So Bhakti is a noun or a verb? Is Bhakti a noun or a verb? Bhakti is a verb. It's activity. If you say somebody is a good bhakt, what does it mean? He's doing activities. He's coming every day to temple. He's cleaning the floor. He's making garlands for the Lord. He's cooking for the Lord. Then you see he's a better bhakt than somebody who comes only on Janmashtami once a year. And the next time you see is next Janmashtami. After 1 year they'll come 365 days. That is casual bhakti. But somebody who's a good bhakta means they are regularly applying themselves. Right? I mean, I come to temple almost every day. I mean, for the last week, not always. And every day I see a different set of people. Which means people who come on Monday don't come on Tuesday. People who come on Tuesday don't come on Wednesday. So they're doing something, but it's not intense enough, right? They're not regular or they are not repeating it at a certain level of seriousness. So Srila Prabhupada explains his point in the lecture. Spiritual life does not mean without senses. Spiritual life means applying your senses. Sometimes people say, I'll run away to Himalayas. But they are not applying their senses. They're just running away. You stay wherever you are and you have to apply your senses. That is the difference. So those are called yogis who run away by not engaging their senses. Regular yogi, right? Ashtanga yogi. But bhakti yogi means you are applying your senses in the service of the Lord. Our senses at the present moment are contaminated by watching too much TV, by listening to too much nonsense, Biden, Trump, Biden. If you open the TV, that's all you see from morning till evening, right? And then that contaminates our senses. So we have to purify the senses by hearing Krishna Katha, like you are doing right now, and eating Krishna Prasadam, like you will do after this class downstairs, right? And then maybe you are cleaning the floor or cleaning some vessels in the kitchen. That is all application of your senses in the seva of the Lord. Doesn't mean that you should not go to office. Everybody has to work to earn a living. But even there, how are you applying your senses? People will be talking about, oh, this baseball star, that's what happened, this movie star. If you engage in that conversation, you are contaminated. You just listen, okay, and then you move on. That's it. You don't engage in that activity. You just give lip service and move on. So people think, oh yeah, he's also like us. But actually you are not like them. You are very special because you are doing something unique for the Lord. Like that. Srila Prabhupada explains this point in Srimad Bhagavatam. This is the conclusion of bhakti. Lord Rishabdev, right? Rishabdev had 100 sons. And he wanted them to get married, run the business. But what did the 100 sons say? We don't care. We just want to serve the Lord. So they don't do anything. They don't do anything in the material world. They just give up. And they are just engaged in service of the Lord. There are 5 senses by which we gather knowledge. How do you get knowledge? Sight, smell, hearing, touch, taste. So these are called jnana indriya. Means you get jnana by using these indriyas. And karma indriyas are hands, legs, right? Because they are doing karma. So karma indriyas are different than jnana indriyas. So there are 5 senses. These senses and mind should be fully engaged in the Lord's service. So our senses, indriyas, and the mind is also an indriya, it is the additional, it's called the 6th sense, should be engaged in service of the Lord. How do you engage that? If you watch TV, only Biden, Obama, this, Trump, then your mind is engaged in something else. So instead of doing that, if you read Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, or come to the temple and hear to a lecture like this, then your mind is engaged on Krishna. Same mind, same senses of hearing, but now you have applied it in a different direction. And if you do it for half an hour every day, that's good. But if you're doing it 4 hours every day, then that is intense. So then your mind will always be focused on Krishna. And Krishna says, the time of death, if you think of me, you'll come to me. If you think of Shah Rukh Khan, you'll be born as an ant in Hollywood, not Bollywood. Right? But if you think of Krishna, you'll come to Krishna. Krishna says that. If you think of me, you'll come to me. But if you think of your dog, then you'll become a dog in your next life. You'll be a nice German shepherd in your next life, like that. If you think of a cat, then you'll become a cat. Like Maharaj Bharat was thinking of a deer at the time of death. He became a deer. King Puranjana was attached to his wife too much, so he was only thinking of his wife at time of death. In the next life, he becomes a woman. Becomes a woman. So if you think of Krishna, you go to Krishna. If you think of everything else, like there was this person, he was a rich businessman, and he had lots of farms, and he died. At the time he was thinking, see, my sons are useless fellows. They never learned farming. They never learned business. What will happen if after I die? Right? Who will take care of my business? Who will take care of my house? So in his own business, he was born as a snake in his next life. Because what does snake do? It prevents rats from coming and eating from the grain, rice, wheat, whatever is there at home, right? So he was protecting his property in the form of a snake in his next life. So what does Narada Muni do? He sees the attachment of this person in the snake's body. The same body, the same soul who was in human body, became now a snake, trying to protect his assets. So he says, okay, Sam, maro. So everybody comes and beats with sticks, and they liberate that soul from the snake's body. So these are all there. Whatever we think at the time of death, that's what we will become. Luckily, we all had some good intentions in our last life, so we came as humans in this life. But if we had some other thoughts, we would have been born in the body of a dog or a pig or as a bird or something like that. Because soul never dies. You go from one body to the other body. So therefore, at the time of death, whatever thoughts we have should be purified thoughts. But if all your life you are watching baseball and TV and politics, at the time of death, you will not be able to think of God, Krishna. Then you will be born as whatever, yat prayatasa madbhavam, bhav, whatever bhav you have, you become that, Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita. So Bhagavad Gita is a very dangerous text. It gives you so many warnings. And if you follow them, it's good. But if you don't follow them, or you don't believe in them, I say, I don't believe in that. Just because you don't believe in oxygen, has oxygen ceased to be around you? I say, I don't believe in air, yaar. But air is there, oxygen is there. Similarly, if you say, I don't believe in death, death is still there. I don't believe in Bhagavad Gita is, the rules are still there. Just like if you go 70 miles an hour in East Lake Sammamish Parkway, police is going to catch you. It is only 35 miles zone. Maybe 40 he will allow you. So rules are there, and if you don't follow them, the karma is yours. You cannot blame Krishna for that. You create your own karma. That's why it's called karma. Mera karma means what? I did it. I did it yesterday, or I did it 200 lifetimes before. But it's going to come. It's going to chase us life after life. So purifying our senses, Krishna is not saying become blind, don't look at anything, shut off your ears, shut off your nose. No. Instead of looking at material things, you are now looking at spiritual things. Like you have come to the temple, now you are looking at Krishna's murti instead of watching Trump talk about something on TV, right? Which is better? Contaminating your mind or purifying your mind? You know this, you know the answer. But somehow or the other we have 200 channels, so we keep on flipping channel after channel, watching the same nonsense again and contaminating our mind, right? So mind is the coordinative sense and must be engaged and purified. What is mind? Coordinative, what does it mean? It coordinates sight, hearing, smell, taste, and touch. So these are 5 Gyanendriyas are coordinated by this central processing unit called mind. So which is the most important sense then? Mind, right? Because if we make one mistake with the mind, all these other mistakes will continue. Engaging and purifying the mind is key to all paths of yoga, even Ashtanga yoga, Bhakti yoga, Jnana yoga, Dhyana yoga. Every type of yoga, mind is still the key. Engaging and purifying. The mind is subtle and sensitive instrument. It requires the right atmosphere, spiritual atmosphere. So we are all in this spiritual atmosphere, talking about Krishna, talking about mind, talking about how to interact with the world. Bhagavad Gita teaches you how to interact with the world. It's not like sometimes like if you say Quran, you say, yeah, follow Allah or you'll go to hell. Bhagavad Gita doesn't talk about that. It says, here are the rules of existence in the world. Now, try to follow them. Krishna doesn't order Arjuna, you have to follow. No, he says, try to follow, because this will elevate you. This will take you out of matter and realize your original spiritual quality. We are all spiritual. But right now, because we are in this material body, we have become dumbed down. The Atma is actually spiritual. Atma is always pure. But we are covered with this material body. And who gave this material body? Our karma gave that material body. Karmana daiva netrena jantur deho patyaye. Based on karma and daiva netra, means under supervision of the Lord, this jantu body. Actually, human being is also a jantu, right? It's like a little sophisticated. Like what does animals do? Eat, sleep, ahara, nidra, bhaya, maitunam. Eating, sleeping, having sex, mating, and defending. All 4 are necessary for survival. Because if you don't have sex, then you won't have the next generation. So all 4 are necessary. But what is special about human being? Dharmo hi eko adhika vishesho. We have the sense of dharma. What is it that God wants me to do? Animals don't have a concept of who is God, right? And most people are becoming like animals in the modern world. They say, I will do whatever comes to my mind. Chalega, sab chalega, like that. So dharmo hi eko adhika vishesho. This adhik vishesh is dharma. Dharma hina pashubir samanam. So instead of 4 legs, they are walking on 2 legs. So people who don't follow dharma are called dvipada pashu, means 2-legged animals. And we have a lot of people around us in this world, dvipada pashus. So what is dharma? The purpose of dharma is to elevate the dvipada pashus to come to Krishna consciousness, God consciousness, and ultimately get liberated. So no more birth. Don't take birth again. Just get liberated and go back to our eternal Father, Krishna. Right? So we have to think of Krishna as our Father, and we are as 8 billion human beings, many trillions of bacteria, many trillions of other living entities. But ultimately everybody has to go back to where we came from, to our eternal Father Krishna. Srila Prabhupada said that we should understand this philosophy from different angles of vision, and that our movement is meant to make men independently thoughtful. So this is not a temple, this is actually an educational institution, because we are teaching you how to follow God's instructions through the Bhagavad Gita. Otherwise, normally what people do in temple, go put $2 in the hundi, ring a bell, hold hands, and then they go home. That's it. And then again watch the same old TV. Biden Trump, Biden Trump, Biden Trump. That's the mantra that they're chanting, instead of chanting Hare Krishna. Right? So we need to come to this, as we talked about, right? The coordinative sense. The mind is the coordinative sense of all the senses. The mind is the king of senses, and other senses follow it, just like ministers follow the king. Devotees desire to feel Sri Krishna's presence and to ultimately develop pure love. See, right now, our feelings, our heart is like a desert. We don't have feelings for God. And this process of bhakti is to develop that loving feeling. That's all it is. But it's not artificial. You say, oh, Bhagavan. It's not like that. It has to be natural. It should come. And how will it come? By practice and by training. Right? By hearing. Most important is this. Now we are all hearing from this book. And by hearing, our latent love for God is revived. It's already there. It is hidden right now. The love is there, hidden in the heart. It has to be revived. And we have many coatings on top. Layers and layers of coatings. So we have to peel the onion to come to the real love that is there in the heart. Devotees desire to feel Sri Krishna's presence and to ultimately develop pure love for him. This is called Krishna consciousness. And our sanstha, our establishment is called International Society for Krishna Consciousness. So we are trying to teach the consciousness of God to the people. As I said, this is not a temple, this is a university. We are teaching you how to love God. How to love God. Right? In the conditioned state, and we are all conditioned. What does conditioning means? Just like, take the spiral kutte ki dum, dog's tail. You make it straight, it goes back to again curly. Again you make it straight, it goes back to curly. Have you seen this? If you have a dog, you will know this, or you have seen a dog. So that's called conditioning. So we are all conditioned souls, means we have been conditioned by matter, thinking that the Tesla is important, the 4-bedroom house is important, reputation in the society is important. But at the time of death, all these things will be taken away just like that. So what goes with you into the next life is whatever little bhakti you have done. So if you do 1% bhakti in this life, next life it will be, starts from 1.01. And then you finish 2 in the next life, it starts from 2.01. So you have to accumulate. Just like we all have 401k, where we accumulate money, we have a spiritual 401k account. So we have to accumulate that. Otherwise, at the time of death, you'll again come back to the same platform. You're not elevating. Elevating means you have to go up and up. With every progressive life, you have to go up. Instead, most people, what they're doing, watching baseball, drinking beer, Kentucky Fried Chicken, McDonald's, they're going down into more animalistic life. You can either go up or you can go. Going down is easy. That's why people are going down in the material world. You don't have to do anything. You just go with the flow, as they say, right? If you go with the flow, you go down. But you have to swim against the flow and go up. That's why devotion requires effort, proactive effort. It is not automatic. Srila Prabhupada discusses transforming our bhava. He says that bhava is change. Bhakti means to change the bhav. Right? Mano bhav, man ka bhav. The process of Krishna consciousness is primarily aimed at changing the nature from material to spiritual. So we will live in this material world, we'll work for Microsoft, Google, Meta, this, that, but our bhav has to change towards Krishna, that's all. Work is unavoidable. Krishna says in 3rd chapter of Bhagavad Gita, you cannot escape work, you cannot be lazy. Even suppose you get your Meta stock goes from 50 to 500 like he has gone recently, and then you have 2 million in the bank, you decide to retire. But you still have to do some work. Work is unavoidable. Work is unavoidable. But that work can again give you more karma, and that karma could make you again take many more janmas you take life after life. So you have to put an end to this, cut it short by purifying our senses, doing seva to the Lord, and getting mukti, liberated. This change is gradual, not abrupt. So it's not like binary, one day 0, one day 1. No, it has to be gradual. So at the time of death, we should be ready to go back to our spiritual position. Devotional service is dependent on nothing other than the sentiment or desire for such service. So we all have to do some seva, like go into the kitchen, wash dishes. We have to, maybe the carpet is dirty, vacuum it for the Lord. At home you vacuum it, you are doing it for yourself. But when you do it in the temple, you are doing it for Bhagwan. Right? There's a difference. There is a big difference. Same activity. When you vacuum a carpet at home, you are doing it for your own pleasure. But when you vacuum a carpet in the temple, you are doing it for God's pleasure, Krishna's pleasure. And Krishna also says in Bhagavad Gita 10:10, this is very important, please listen to this, and we'll stop in 5 minutes anyways. He says, those who are constantly devoted to serving me with love, I give them the understanding by which they come back to me. Tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam pritipurvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mamupayantite. So if you don't know anything else, you should learn 10.8 to 10.12 in Bhagavad Gita, where Krishna gives all the secret. Just like Oreo cookie, you have some bread here, you have some bread, but the cream is in the middle. Bhagavad Gita also, the cream is in the middle. Chapter 10 is the cream. And 10.8 to 10.12 is the main essence. So he says in 10.10, those who are constantly devoted to me, जो मेरी भक्ति करते हैं हर दिन, हर रात, I give them the understanding. उनको मैं ये ज्ञान दूंगा, ये बुद्धि दूंगा. कैसे? ये नमाम उपयांतिते, so that they can come back to me. Right? Krishna doesn't say, so that you go to Sydney, Australia. He doesn't say that in Bhagavad Gita. Or he says, you go to, Beijing, China. He says, you come back to me. I give the understanding. So who is giving the understanding? We are not capable, right? If there's a small ant in this building, and you say, oh ant, dear ant, do you know where Burj Tower is in Dubai? How will the ant know? You won't know, right? It's too small. We are too small to understand. So Krishna himself takes charge, and he gives this knowledge by which we can go back to him. Because we are all coming from him, so we have to go back. If not now, after 1,000,000 lifetimes. So better go back quickly. Instead of staying here, dealing with illegal immigrants, increasing taxes, nasty politics. That's why Krishna says, material world is dukkha alayam ashashvatam. Napnuvanti tu mahatmanaha dukkhalayam ashashvatam. He tells Arjuna, this material world is dukkha. Dukkha means all miseries. Alayam. Just like Granthalayam means library, Devalayam means temple, Vidyalayam means school. This has been certified by Krishna as a dukkha alay. It's a dukkhalayam. So don't try to be happy here because it's impossible. If not one thing, something else will come. You try to solve the Gaza Strip problem, some other problem will come. Like India, Pakistan, the issue has not been resolved since 47, and it will keep continuing. Gaza, Israel, it will keep continuing. Ukraine, Russia, it will keep continuing. There's no end to this. Because you killed my brother, now I'm going to kill you. And I'm going to kill somebody's child. And then they will come and kill my sister or something like that. This will continue. So this is a place of misery where happiness is rare. At least in America, a little bit of happiness is there because of the material facilities, but not much, not much. So our goal should be to please Krishna through what? We just talked 5 minutes ago. Through our dash. What is dash? Mind and senses. There are 5 senses and the 6th sense is called the mind. So use your eyes in Krishna Seva, just like you are looking at the deity. Use your ears to listen to Krishna Katha, like we have just done. Use your tongue to eat Krishna Prasadam, like I invite you all to go down and have some Prasadam, right? If you have not already had that. That's all it is. It is shift from my enjoyment to Krishna's enjoyment. Surrounding around God. God, that's why it's called God consciousness. Instead of me consciousness. Right now, if we are telling everybody, "Arey mera show dekho. I am such a good guy. I am a senior director at Microsoft. I have 2 million in stock. I just bought with this big Tesla with 2 wings flapping. Tesla has these things going up and down. So right now we are telling the world to look at my show. Instead of that, we should say, look at Krishna's show. So think about, how Krishna killed Putana. You know the story? Krishna killed Putana? How he killed Aghasur, like that. So consciousness instead of me consciousness, it should be Krishna consciousness. That's all. Thank you very much. Now please, Arati is done. I think now he's going to give blessing, so you can have blessing. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada. So we would like to congratulate the family that has come. It is a marriage anniversary. Whose marriage anniversary is it? Okay. How many years? 45 साल मैरिज एनिवर्सरी, शुभकामनाएं। हरे कृष्णा। आइए, हर रोज़ आइए टेंपल, केवल मैरिज एनिवर्सरी के दिन नहीं। भगवान तो हर रोज़ आपकी इंतज़ार कर रहे हैं यहाँ पे। सब लोग आइए, केवल उनके लिए नहीं। या जैसे आप ऑफिस जा रहे हो तो 2 मिनट के लिए रुक के जाना। इट्स नॉट लाइक यू हैव टू स्टे हियर फॉर 2 आवर्स। हाँ, हरे कृष्णा।
because he didn't have any son. So he prayed to fire god. The fire god gave him key, and he gave his key to all the three queens. Then they had four. Then they had four babies.
And this is the cow hiding.
Yeah. And then they had four babies. And then they went to Gurukul. He's Vasishtha Muni. He's Ram's Guru.